Hey everybody, and welcome to No More Heroes. Now I understand this is probably a little bit confusing. Like, huh? Wait a minute, you're on you're playing No More Heroes is a Wii game. Why are you on your PS3? Yes, there was indeed I don't know how many people really know this, but there was indeed an HD version of No More Heroes. And yes, I own it, and we're playing that version. Why this version in particular? Well, for a couple reasons. First off, this. Give me a sec. No More Heroes, yeah. First off, the reason playing this version of the game, is that it's less common. Yeah, that's nice. Okay. You know, most people are familiar with the Wii version. Oh, and my move is just flashing. I wish you could see it. Like, it's a strobe light right now. And not quite that fast, but it's weird. And Konami's name showed up too. Yeah, they published this version of the game here in the US, much like how Ubisoft handled 1 and 2. Yes, indeed. And that's the other reason, and that's another thing. Let's cut the... Okay, point. Hang on. Yeah. Calibrating, hold on. That obviously looks good, the way it's like lagging and hanging like that. That's a good... You know what, actually, hold on a second. That should help a little bit. Still not ideal, but all right. Okay. So either way, why are we playing the HD version of this game? For one, it's less common, so it's kind of cool to show off a less common version of the game. And the other reason, it's less common, so it's more expensive. I own this. Like, I bought this. Oh, I need the move button. Okay. Let's just make sure all those are okay. Yep. Story. Load data. And we are going to be doing this. We're going to be using my clear game data. Simply because this game is kind of tedious with all the grinding you have to do to get... pay your entrance fees to every level. And do that. And to pay your... to buy all the beam katanas you need to beat the game. So, it's a better idea for me just to play this version. Just to play it like this. Difficulty. We'll go with mild. That's easy enough. And it's not just the fact that I own the HD version of this game, which cost me some money. I own a PlayStation Move, which I bought primarily for this game. And that also cost me a fair bit of money. So frankly, I just want to get as much use out of the thing as possible to make it so that it was worth it. Because other than No More Heroes and Bioshock Infinite, I do not have a reason to use this thing. I'm planning to buy some light gun games for it. And it's very important to have the subtitles on because I have to turn my speakers off. The Alliance Alive I got away with just because that game is quiet in general. But this is really loud. Like, my capture card is currently set to negative 34 decibels, and it's still showing up a pretty decent audio level, I would say. So, for whatever reason, like, I swear, like, the volume control on my speakers don't work. So even turned all the way down, it's still completely loud, so I just had to turn it off. And I can't get the speakers on my TV to work at all. So the intro in the HD version is actually kind of interesting, because it's the same intro, but even though it was a video file on the Wii, they actually did reanimate it, re-render it, all of that, because of all the in-game stuff. They wanted it to reflect the new version of the game. And because they went to the effort, they actually changed the way that that opening scene with the fight against the Drifter, or as we'll find out later, Helter Skelter, was animated, because in the Wii version, it was the same footage that you saw in the original teaser trailer for the game, where there was not much detail. This version actually makes it look almost in-game, so that's actually kind of cool. It gives you a little more detail. You don't get to fight him, but it at least gives you something else to do. And that line right there, also just kind of interesting. In the Wii version, Travis specifically mentioned if you're holding the Wii remote right now. This game doesn't really have much different from the Wii version in terms of content, and especially not. Oh, that's some rumble. And especially not in terms of voice work. I feel like they got Robin Atkin Downs to record that one line, and that's all they needed him for. And don't worry, the violence is still there. And I've got the best beam katana. Because here's a little thing I didn't know for the longest time, until super recently, until BSC did their playthrough of the game, where they also played this version. For years, I had thought that you needed to have everything. You needed to have all the beam katanas and all the upgrades in order to unlock the true ending of the game, which is a lot to ask because this beam katana here has an infinite battery upgrade that costs $999,999. Oh man, it takes some time to get used to No More Heroes 1 again. Ugh. This game is clunky. All the more reason for me to just go in with the best I got. Man, it'd be great if I could hear the music in this game, because it's good. I mean, most of the music you end up hearing in the game is a remix of one theme. If you're lucky enough to have sound right now, you're hearing it. So, how is the HD version of this game? Well, I mean, on the surface, it definitely looks nicer. You know, it's higher polygon models, better textures. It's all in HD. So that's nice, but at the same time, there's something about the graphical upgrade. I don't think it was handled as gracefully as it could have been. So it looks nicer, but less stylized, and it loses a lot of the identity of what made No More Heroes look good. Is a weird thing to say, because it's the kind of game that actually works pretty well with lesser graphics. Of course, with that said, I'd still say that No More Heroes 2 on the Wii still looks pretty darn good. Aside from that, the content is pretty much the same. There's not too much different there. Though, there's a little bit of extra stuff, like they added in a couple boss fights from 2 that you can optionally fight. It's not super interesting because they're not integrated into the story, and they are literally the exact same fights that they were in 2, except with the removal of certain gimmicks. I'll be sure to show those off. And they added in a couple extra jobs and assassination missions. One of the new ones is admittedly very good for grinding money. And they added enough of them that if you do them all, you'll have enough money to get your basic stuff. If you do them all at least once at least. And there's also a few other little quality of life improvements. We're not going to see them for a little bit. The only one that we've had that's available right now is that cherry icon that's currently sitting in in the bottom right corner. In the Wii version of the game, if you got the slot machine when you kill an enemy, if that completely if all 3 of them lined up to something, you'd get a super move and you would activate it immediately. In the PS3 version, you can stock them and then use them with the press of a button, except I don't remember what button it is. And if you complete the stage without using any of them, then the more that you have at the end of the stage, at least, that's worth more money. So that's another good way that the game cuts down a little bit on the money grinding. Okay. That was still on my radar for a little bit. So the game definitely does some nice stuff. However, the problem is, I don't know if you've seen it yet, but the performance in this version of the game is not very good. There's a lot of screen tearing, the frame rate drops a lot. And admittedly, I'm kind of curious if it's better on the 360. I'll get into that in a minute. But aside from that, yeah, so there, it also does have the PlayStation Move controls, which do very closely match the Wii Remote controls that the game was, built around. See, that just got dropped in my corner instead of being instantly used. And frankly, since I'm so powered up, I'm not going to need to use any of those stocks. So you will not be getting any strawberry on the shortcake. So that's just extra money for me. And so the PlayStation Move controls are there if you want to accurately match the Wii controls. Except, it's not that good, frankly. The basic controls are basically what the Wii version was, so that's good. I'm used to this. Except for at least one major thing, dodging. As you're seeing there. In the Wii version, you did this by blocking and using the D-pad. Now, the PlayStation Move controller does have a D-pad. The thing is, it's on the navigation controller, which is what is basically their equivalent of the nunchuck, instead of being on the one that's in your right hand. So, I can actually use that D-pad to move the game, which is kind of weird. This is not really the kind of game you'd want to play with a D-pad. Oh man, these gun guys are really annoying just because you can block their bullets by holding down the guard button, but it drains your battery like nothing else. Thankfully, I got infinite battery, so they ain't even a problem. Just wait for them to empty their round. Or you can do that if you do a perfect guard, it like stuns them somehow. I guess he's reflecting the bullet back at them. So either way, the dodging, that's a little bit different. Instead of having a button that dodges, you instead have to shake the move controller while guarding in order to dodge, and that's nowhere near as responsive. And it also took me a long time to figure it out. Oh, and here's another change. The move controller does not have a speaker on it. So, once we get towards the end of each mission, when Sylvia calls, they can't play it through the speakers. They just play it through the TV. Which I believe you could do on the Wii version of the game. You just had to go into settings and turn the Wii Remote speaker volume down to 0. And I guess the game would know that. And then it would just play them through the TV. Which, you get better audio quality from doing that, and plus you don't have to hold a speaker up to your ear. If it was loud enough, you could just leave it at hand level and you'd be fine. But it was cool. Take it to the red zone. Interesting. What was I saying? Oh yeah, aside from the PlayStation Move controls, aside from the dodging, they're just not as responsive. For whatever weird reason. I have no idea what it is, because the PlayStation Move is a fine piece of hardware. I hear it has, better accuracy than, the Wii Remote. Maybe better than Wii Motion Plus? I don't know. It still gets used with, PlayStation VR stuff. So it's good, and Bioshock Infinite, I didn't have any problems with it, aside from melee attacks, which were also swing the controller. In a game with aiming, that's kind of a difficult thing to do. So I just don't think this version of the game was very well made, and the performance speaks to that. my basic, what am I saying? Oh yeah, so either way, if you don't have a PlayStation Move controller, you can use a standard controller, which is, good and all. That was a feature that they added to No More Heroes with 2 on the Wii. So that's all good. Thing is, it's also not that good. It's perfectly responsive. It's just pressing buttons on a controller. But they have to make some weird concessions because this game was very clearly built around having a Wii remote or a PlayStation Move. So what they end up doing is, like, when you kill an enemy, you get that arrow where you're supposed to swing the Wii remote. In the if you're using a controller, you just use the analog sticks. But they want to be sure that you don't accidentally go into that state when you're trying to move or use the camera. So you have to hit a shoulder button in order to even initiate that. Plus, there's you have to hold down a shoulder button to switch between low and high attacks. When in the Wii and Move controls, you just tilt the controller up or down. Plus, they give you the second analog stick, but you still don't have full camera control. It's almost like you're using a controller to if you're trying to emulate a Wii game on your computer and you just use a normal controller. That's kind of what it feels like. So it's not ideal. I don't recommend doing that either. And so now we get to our first boss, Death Metal. Now, of course, the bosses are the big draw of the No More Heroes games. You face down against a quirky character, and this is kind of interesting. This is the only fight in the series where Travis monologues to himself during the fight. It's weird. And I keep stunning him during a combo and I don't react fast enough. It took me a long time in the Wii version to realize that quick step was a thing. But here I have absolutely no problem whatsoever doing it. Oh, come on. And this is also where we get into one of my bigger problems with the first No More Heroes game. A lot of the bosses just kind of feel like damage sponges. It doesn't really feel much like I'm really fighting the guy. They get so many invincibility frames, they don't react that much to your attacks. They take so many attacks. Frankly, that's kind of just a problem I have with the first No More Heroes. The combat isn't especially satisfying. Okay, I think I have to take care of these other guys first. Thankfully, the clones don't have that much in terms of health. Someone's still trying to attack me from the side. And this is still going. Hey, you get back here. There we go. Now it's just you. Just the true death metal again. Plus, having the infinite battery helps with this kind of stuff because it means I can just guard forever with absolutely no penalty. Whenever you get the chance, do a wrestling move. It deals more damage. Thankfully, having a super powered up Travis in general does make it a little easier. And even though I did the wrestling move, I brought his health down to 0, I still have to hit him once in order to actually end the fight. Problem, of course, being he has so many invincibility frames that I... there we go. And either way, I find it kind of interesting that the controller controls are so lackluster and bad because they were actually the original controls for the HD version. See, the HD version is called Heroes Paradise. That's what we know it as, and that's what it was released as. However, in Japan, there's two versions of Heroes of the HD version of the game. There's the original Heroes Paradise, which was released on the PS3 and 360, much like every other version of No More Heroes that had been released in Japan at the time. Or maybe there was a special version that wasn't. But they're censored. Instead of blood, you get black smoke. Something's supposed to be happening? There we go. Okay, that was weird. Oh, I entered first person mode, I guess. I didn't even know this game had that. Nothing to pick up, I think, because you would be getting something about this, but I guess because I've beaten the game before, something changed. I don't even remember what happens there initially. So, Heroes Paradise, originally released in Japan, no violence. It also did not have move support on the PS3. That was not added in a patch, which they could have done, no problem. They instead released another version of the game called Red Zone. And that version not only had move support, only for the PS3, but it also re-added in the blood. And that version is the one that was released over here. So we got the move support, we got the blood that we were used to. So we got the better version of the game. The only downside to it is that we didn't get the 360 version. Which again, because the controller controls are so bad, is kind of a shame. But at the same time, having the game on another system is always nice.
So what you're telling me is that I gotta continue fighting. There's no way out of this. You set me up, bitch.
And there we are. We've beaten the 11th ranked assassin, and we didn't know that he was the 11th ranked assassin.
Okay, how about this?
So now we're officially part of the UAA. And we need to climb the ranks. Travis needs a little bit more motivation there. I like the fact that it specifically says Marvelous when you beat a rank, because Marvelous was the publisher of the game. In Japan, I guess. Yeah, move me up to 10th rank. I'm officially ranked. I think I said he was 11th ranked, my bad. So if you're looking to play No More Heroes for yourself, I just recommend getting the Wii version. It's easier to get, it's cheaper, and at the end of the day, it's better. But if you're a huge No More Heroes fan, this version is not a terrible choice. No, that's fine. Yes, that is how you always save your game.
Am I ready? Anytime.
And for such a loser character, Travis is pretty built. I mean, he's a guy that literally uses a lightsaber and goes around wearing an anime shirt because it's Moe. There's a great picture I saw online of Kaz from Metal Gear Solid next to the anime poster from MGS5 doing that. And it's fun just because they're both voiced by Robin Atkin-Downs. Oh yeah, he also has a body pillow. That's good. So, you can change his outfit. I don't really have much to change it from because I've never been to the clothing store in this game. However, I still seem to have a surprising number of shirts because you can get a bunch of them out of the dumpster. So let's see, there it is, the orange one. I wear it because it's orange. And I don't think I have anything else. Nope, okay. So since we're here, I'll show you what we can do around the place. The drawer is... What does the drawer... Oh, yeah. The drawer allows us to change which beam katana we're using. Bloodbear is your basic one. There's Tsubaki, Tsubaki Mark II, and Tsubaki Mark III. They're basically in this game, it's basically just a straight upgrade chain. Like, this one's better than that one, all of that. Map and telephone, nothing I can do with those. Actually, can I do something with the phone right now? Do I have a message to check? Nope, no new messages. There's our cat swinging on the ceiling fan. And if we go over to the living room, we can save our game. The fridge is interesting. As we go over to the fridge, your health gets completely restored. And that's it. All right. Except for the fact that there is nothing in this game that can hurt you in the overworld. You'll only ever get hurt during missions. You can't leave a mission before it's over. And when you're finished with it, your health gets completely refilled anyway. So the fridge serves absolutely no function. There we go. So let's say hi to our cat. Oh. Do I have to do something? All right. Yeah, come on, eat some food, Gene. There you go. Why do I have to hit a button? Okay, yeah, hey, good kitty. Honestly, this is the best part of the game, just petting your cat. We can look at our cards, which we saw us picking up in the first level. I guess I don't have all of them. But it's fine. There's nothing to gain from getting them all. And armchair. Oh, right. Armchair's new. Yeah. That's new for the HD version. Otaku Jedi Simulator. Huh. I suppose. So we can have dreams or we can have nightmares. Dreams allow us to replay any stage in the game. Oh, no. Cutscenes. My bad. Dreams are cutscenes. As you can see, I have them all. It's fine. And then nightmares are refighting bosses. Now, give me a second. Is that like open at the start of the game? I think you maybe have to fall asleep on the toilet. Let me try this. Because I'm trying to figure out how you access the extra nightmares. Save game, no. No, I guess not. I forget how you do it. I will probably find out later in the game. That's fine. Alright, so we're good. Let's head on out. Welcome to the overworld. The ranking battle, we're good. Except... Oh, yeah. Except the game hasn't told us about the entrance fee yet. That's what this cutscene's about. Which version of the game? This is the PS3 version of the game. I went into a long tangent, I guess, before you got here, talking about the different versions of this game.
The next fight has been arranged. You don't have a lot of time, so I'll just...
It's very impressive how many different models of Sylvia they made, because she wears a different outfit practically every single time you see her.
Actually, a detective. A dirty and unscrupulous detective with plenty of dark secrets about him. Illegal investigations, illicit sales, black marketing. He is your one-stop shop for marketing illegal goods. And on top of that, he is a trained...
On top of that, he's a trained assassin. And on top of that, he's modeled after... Oh, God. I was saying it. What's the guy's name?
To be frank, he's...
Charles Bronson?
won't stand a
Is he modeled after Charles Bronson?
You're as good as dead. What's it going to be, cowboy?
Put me in, coach.
That's another running gag in the game. Sylvia does not believe in Travis. Every single fight, she's like, yeah, I'm certain you're going to die.
My overhead costs?
And the currency in this game is kind of weird. LB dollars. They pronounce it LB.
Stuff is 1,000.
And I find it kind of weird because in cooking, LB, or I guess also in weight. I don't know why I thought of cooking first. That's shorthand for pounds, which is also a form of currency. But LB is not shorthand for pounds of the currency. Also, this game takes place in America, so you can just call them dollars. It's fine.
I'm running late for my facial. Catch up later, okay?
I can't hear the cutscene, so the only audio I'm getting out of it is the vibration on my controller. Oh, okay, hey. We can start an assassination mission to earn some money. No, that's fine. I got enough money, so we're good to go. Hey, Bishop. Hit the square button and Bishop comes on over and brings you your car. Okay, what are the controls on this again? That's back up. Oh, hey, oh no, that's get off. Hold on, I'm trying to figure out what buttons move this thing. X, okay, X is move. Good. I could have run over here, because I got the run upgrade. It's going to take me a quick second to get used to all this. We'll do a little stuff in the downtime between later missions. Right now, I just want to... We're on some good action, and I want to keep it going. Yeah, what's Speltiger? I think that's the name of Travis's bike. Is big, and the second game reveals probably why, because it's got some extra features in that game. Alright. We've unlocked Dr. Peace. Let's head to Destroy Stadium. And we're talking about big. Now let's get our actual proper introduction to the game's overworld. This game has a pretty decently big overworld. What are those pink things on my map? Okay, my controller's vibrating. I'm supposed to be... Oh, maybe I can't do it because I'm on the thing, maybe. Yeah, let me try going over here. There we go, okay. It's alright then. So here's one thing you can do in the overworld. You can follow these pink markers to find cards. Your controller starts vibrating when you're close to them. You can only dig when you're close to them anyway, so it doesn't particularly matter. So that's exciting, isn't it? That's worth having an entire overworld for. Because you got that. You can find lava carved balls, and you find 7 or 8 of them. You get an upgrade. And let me tell you right now, run. Get the run upgrade first. Anything else beyond that doesn't matter. And you can dig in dumpsters to find either money or t-shirts. That's all the overworld in this game does. And that it is completely pointless. At some point in development, there was supposed to be more you could do in the overworld, which is why you have the ability to go back to your house and heal. However, as it stands now, it is just a hub to get from one place to another. I like the fact that the prompt shows up to both tell me that I dug up a card, and then it shows up again once I actually pick it up. Oh god, there are... Sure, I'll pick up some cards. Someday I'm gonna 100% this game. It is gonna be awful. But it's gonna happen. Because it's going to involve a lot of running around the world and doing this. There are a lot of cards in this game. Oh, That was my running speed. Oh. Usually there's a trail of dust behind him. There's just some random Easter Island heads up there for some reason. What's the name? Destroy City, I think is the name of this place. It is a weird place. Ooh. Oh, wow. Do not tend to crash my bike very often. That's fine. I'm close enough. I do admittedly love that that robotic voice that introduces every single character. So Death Metal was a good introduction to how the game works. Dr. Peace is our first real stage. Thankfully, it is really no harder because I am just built. Okay, that went right through him. And here's a fun little thing about the PS3 and just how many buttons they give you. Not buttons, USB ports. At the very least, my PS3, the Super Slim, has 2 USB ports. You have to have the PlayStation camera plugged in if you want to use the Move. That's just a part of it. It needs the cameras there to see the glowing orb on top of the Move. And that's how it knows where it is, at least partially. Because it has, you know, a standard accelerometer, gyroscope in there. But aside from that, I have my primary move controller plugged in. Because it needs to charge. It plugs in through standard USB, and that's fine. But the navigation controller, the nunchuck equivalent, also needs to charge. Because they're not plugged in. You don't plug one into the other. They are both separate devices with separate batteries. So, I can only have one of them plugged in at a time. I thought that sign said ass for a second. It would not have surprised me given this game. Listen, I keep hitting those flaming baseballs back. I want it to hit the guy at least. Come on. Like I'm playing tennis with Ganon. And this is basically what the combat in this game boils down to. It is you go up to the guy, you hit the A button, and then you do your super kill when he's dead. I think I've trailed off my thought about the move. So basically, I can't be charging both controllers at the same time. So if one of them dies because, say, the move basically got no support and I never have a reason to use it, then I don't have anything I can do. Like the controllers die before I ever use them again. And so what I had to do to make sure they were both charged for this earlier this week is the... oh yeah, hold on. A little mini game first. They throw baseballs at us, and we hit the button to throw it back and see how many of them we can get through. Let's see how good at this I am. The ball controls. Oh no, I swing it. Oh boy. Alright, let's see how many... You can do this in one throw. Let me see. Let's see where my skill is. Alright, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, 5. You get 3 balls, so you can easily do this in one whole run. I don't know what happens if you fail this, but it's basically not a threat. That was better. That's the kind of speed you want. Oh, that frame rate. PS3 is more powerful than the Wii, don't you know? Now, to be fair, the frame rate in the Wii version was not perfect either, but, Oh, I got a cold sore. Which bar are you talking about, Alex? The one on the right? That's the battery meter. Except, I am playing the game on a completed save file, so I have the infinite battery upgrade. In terms of normal combat, it serves no purpose. I once again trailed off. I'm sorry, I trailed off on my thought again about move controllers. To make sure that both the navigation controller and the wand controller, I think is what the right-hand one is called, were charged for this. I just had to have the navigation controller plugged in earlier this week while I was playing other games, so it would charge. And I have the wand controller plugged in right now. I was thinking of it because when I'm like circling the, I keep wanting to call it the Wii remote around, when I get into a struggle, the wire keeps hitting my TV stand. Yeah, basically, aside from all that I've been saying all this time, the HD version of this game is still the same normal heroes you're familiar with. All right, a second time. Let's see if I can do any better. Want to try and get that home run. I mean, why do you need to tell me the controls again? It's easy. It's exactly the same as it was last time. I'm not even sure if there are more enemies. Okay, strike. That's basically the only way you're going to feasibly fail this. If you just mess up the timing. Because, you know, motion controls. There we go. Yeah, see, if I'd done that on my first swing, it would have been amazing. Oh, yeah, that's a shame, since we have infinite battery. What button even did it? Oh, God, I can use X and circle to rotate the camera. Ooh, boy. That is weird. I think it was square or triangle. I forget what button even did it. But yeah, since we have infinite battery, we're never going to see Travis's battery recharge animation. Ain't that just a shame? Man, don't the HD graphics make these dingy environments come to life? It looks just like a disgusting sports stadium. Oh, you don't even have to swing to get the baseballs to fly back. I did that one just by blocking it. And if you're wondering, if you're wondering, man, if you're thinking like, wow, this combat looks really clunky and awkward. Yeah, you're right. This game is just not exactly a super fun looking game. Not fun. I enjoy it. I'm a big Normal Heroes fan. But man, it's the first game not play super well. Hold on, I want this. So yeah, I don't even know if these are if these trading cards are the same ones I already collected and I'm just getting duplicates, or if when you replay the game they put new trading cards in its place. So basically, in order to get a full deck, you just have to keep playing the game over and over. I don't know how it works. Man, I didn't really notice it. This game is generous with health pickups. The small ones, I know. But I'm just coming across them left, right, and sideways. You know, I was hitting all the buttons earlier. What button is it that activates Dark Side? I don't even know, because I got 3 of the exact same one. And now I'm also trying to remember what happens if you, what happens if my stock of them is filled up and I get another one? There you go. Oh, it's like Ninja Gaiden. Stab an enemy when they're on the ground. And I'm thinking of that because I played, the Ninja Gaiden reboot. Yeah, see, I can't even call it a reboot. The first 3D Ninja Gaiden game. I played that recently. You gotta turn the difficulty down to, Ninja Dog. And let the game kind of insult you a little bit. But it was fun. I liked it. No More Heroes is console only. Yes. The original No More Heroes was only ever released on the Wii, PS3, and 360 if you live in Japan. 2 is still Wii exclusive. Actually, you know, Travis Strikes Again might be on PC. I think it is. Yeah, I think the when they ported it to the PS4, they also put it on PC. And then as of right now, 3 is looking to be Switch exclusive. Which is great, because when they first announced a new No More Heroes game at the Switch reveal event, I was like, oh man, I'm going to have to buy a Switch to play that. No More Heroes 3. And then they announced it was Travis Strikes Again, and they started talking about what it was, and I was like, I don't have to play that. Even now, I can play it, because I have a PS4. But I've still chosen not to. That's mostly just because the PS4 version's digital only, and I like owning a physical copy of the game, so I'll wait until I get a Switch. But now we're getting the actual 3, so that's gonna break me, I think. Around this point, you'd also see a wrestling mask on the floor that teaches you a new wrestling move, but I have them all, so they just don't pop up. Of course, I can't hear it. But right now they're playing a song that is called, and I'm not kidding, The Virgin Child Makes Her Wish Without Feeling Anything. I love this song. I am so upset that while the version we hear in-game is not the complete song, it is longer, it's not that much longer. And that upsets me, because I'd love a full version of this song. It's so good.
Nice set of pipes you got there, old man.
It has always been my dream to perform in a stadium such as this. The gentleman from the association told me I could have any stage I wanted today. How could I refuse such a kind offer?
I love that camera zoom in and zoom out that constantly happens during this cutscene, because it's not a clean zoom. It's like it looks like it's a super sped up guy carrying the camera running over there and then coming back. That is a super tiny detail. I don't think I've ever really put it together before, but it's great. Good to know our money's going to good use.
And the food, good?
It's not just the zoom that's real, that's unclean, I suppose. If you're looking closely during the cutscene, the camera is swaying just a little bit. It looks like someone is holding the camera, and in a video game, that's actually kind of interesting because, you know, the camera is just an in-game object. It would stay perfectly still unless told otherwise. So they purposefully put that detail in.
And for some reason, I feel this sense of euphoria.
So of all the bosses that show up in this game, Dr. Peace is definitely one of the more memorable, not just because of that just not just because that song there, but just the way that cutscene plays out.
Nothing's more gratifying.
Because he's a weird. What's the way I want to say it? Also, this. His guns can do that, so that's fun. This is the point in the game where you have to know how to block. Not block. Thankfully, blocking's a lot easier, because I don't have to worry about battery. You gotta know how to dodge once you get to this point. Okay, good. Because you're never going to be able to get close to this guy if you don't. If you don't dodge and you can't dodge his like real good attack, then you're never going to get close to the guy. Oh man, I missed my chance. Now it's worth noting that even if you can't dodge that strong bullet he throws, you can, if you can time your hit just right, then you can knock it back. I'm not good enough at timing to do that. I can try it if you want. Yeah, that's basically what happens most of the time. So either way, the point I was trying to get to about Dr. Peace is that the way that cutscene plays out, he's... it's still really hard to say what I'm trying to think. He's in this weird state where he seems kind of like a normal person. Like he's talking about... they basically knew that I was coming here to die, so they gave me the chance to do anything, and it gave me I wanted to see my daughter again. It's been a long time since I've seen her, and I wanted to talk to her again. It's a very normal thing. But at the same time, he's not remorseful about the fact that he's an assassin. That flurry there destroys your battery, let me tell you. So you basically would have to, like, dodge all of them. Once again, lucky for me, I don't have to try. I'm always doing pretty good on getting the wrestling moves. But yeah, if this happens during a fight and you keep getting the same wrestling move... Oh, man. Come on. There we go. Do I have to do something? He knocked me away, but I don't think I have to, like, hit it back. Ooh, yeah. I think I do just have to get close to him again. Like, he countered me, and I just have to get close and hit him again. Ow, ay, come on. Nope, that was that. Okay, oh no. I just had to get close to him again. And that triggers this. Okay, that triggers the draw. I remembered there was something else. I'm just curious, can you? You can, okay. You have to wait a really long time, but you can lose that. Okay, I didn't know that. Thankfully, he taunts, so I can just get close to him again. See, the problem here is I have to remember which button it is. Thankfully, they give you enough time to look down. Because frankly, I don't remember where all of the shape buttons are on the move. And Travis also has that streak of, like, almost a normal person. Like, he had no shortages of taunts for this guy before the fight started. And he outright tells him right now, yeah, you're going to hell. But he still gave him the microphone to say his final words. Man, this game rank. Why do I not remember that this game ranks you on time? It's not like I can... Now I can read that upper line again. My imprint is still on the wall, by the way. Oh, no, that's what it is. When you beat a boss, they give you that section before the next cutscene starts to pick up a permanent health upgrade. But I have all of those, so it is just walking over to the exclamation mark.
Are you getting a little sentimental? Still green, aren't you? You know this is only the beginning.
Call me when the next one's arranged.
Game set!
And there's another weird little thing outside of the game. When you get to these screens, because there's no motion controls involved, the light on my move just turns off for a while. It turned blue there for a second there, and I don't know why, but it's gone again. I'm hitting the button. Okay. The controller is actually like turning off, because it wasn't until the light turned back on that I was able to hit the button. Is that supposed to be happening? I don't know. Save now, I'm good. Catch some Z's. There we go. So after certain fights, when you're on the toilet and you save the game, it'll tell you, do you want to catch some Z's? Yeah, let's do that. This is new to the HD version of the game, as I was talking about a little bit ago. Travis falls asleep with his eyes open, I guess, because they didn't bother modeling them being closed. When he wakes up, he's in a cage match against Skelter Helter. Now, fighting him is actually kind of fun, because even though the HD version does not include the ability to fight Helter Skelter like we saw in the opening, this is the closest we're going to get. So it does actually feel like it's filling in a gap in the original game. But yeah, this was a boss from No More Heroes 2 that they just kind of threw in the in this version of the game. And honestly, the part that I find really interesting is, despite the fact that these bosses were designed around a much better combat system, they're actually not too bad in the original game. I don't know if they adjusted the difficulty a little bit to make them easier, or their AI is different. It doesn't feel like it. It basically feels like the exact same fight from 2. Though I think he has less health, because even though he was the intro boss in 2, Skelter Helter was still pretty difficult. Like, he has killed me before. Oh man, seeing him snap in frame. There we go. Fortunately, once he's knocked on the ground, I can't do anything about it, aside from take the opportunity to charge up a little more. Ow. Also, I didn't realize it before, but that rising slash that he does with his sword, His design is very well known to be based on Cloud from Final Fantasy, which means my timing on fighting this guy is great, considering Remake's going to be out in less than a week. But that rising slash he does, I wonder if that's an intentional reference to Climb Hazard. And there we go, we've beaten him. We head back to the real world. And that's it. There is no reward for doing this. So if it's completely optional, there's no reward for doing it, it kind of makes you wonder why they put it in the game. And the only reason I can think of is they did it because they knew they weren't going to remake 2. So they wanted to give you a little bit of something. Which is also a shame, because a remake of 2 would be amazing. Ooh, 23. Was it? No. I was trying to think, like, is it possible? Is that a mechanic in this game where you pay off all of his late fees? I'm thinking of Scott Pilgrim versus the World. Nominal fee. Starting at $150,000. Thankfully, this is the kind of world where you can get like $100,000 for mowing a like a 1,000 square foot plot of land. Now, let me just check something here. Once you beat those 2 fights, can you redo them if I go into Nightmare? Oh, left piece. No. That's weird. You can't even refight them. Maybe you can. Man, I don't know. Alright, so here's what I was talking about when I said that we're going to do a little bit of downtime between missions. Because not ideally, but if you're playing this game normally on a blank file, then this would be the point where you head over to do some assassination missions, do some part-time jobs, in order to get enough money to get to the next area. Now, we don't have to do any of that. We have a bunch of money stocked up from my previous playthrough. We're still getting a bunch of money from playing the game. And that should probably be enough to get us through the rest of the game. However, just because we can, I figured I don't think there's too much to see in terms of assassination missions, because they are literally just assassination missions are literally just you go to an area, you kill people. There's not too much to see with them. But part-time jobs, I figure we do one of those between each mission just to show you what they're all like. Maybe 2, because there might not be enough missions. Alright, so this is our Master Thunder Ryu. We come here and we can do some training. And he's always talking about doing that. Now let me see here. Never mind. I completed it all already. So I can't even show you what it's like. In the training, you hit the button a bunch to lift a dumbbell. You swing both controllers to do squats. And doing those increases your speed, your attack power, your defense. However, I guess I've done it all already. Which is kind of interesting, because I don't think I've ever done it all in 2. Those minigames are actually pretty difficult there. So let's go do some jobs. Where was the employment office again? Which button brings up the map? Is it select? The start and select buttons are placed on the side of the controller. Nope. There's a triangle. Circle changes the camera angle. I can play these in first person? Huh. I'm not sure I ever knew that. See, it's kind of interesting that I'm learning new things, but it's not because, hey, wow, this game has a bunch of stuff. It's because I don't care about the overworld, so I just try and get it done as quickly as possible. Get back to my normal angle. There's a card over here. I want to pick it up. No. There's another one over here. Okay, the cloud of dust only shows up when I'm over pavement. Yeah, I guess I was close enough. Oh, man. Listen, we're playing this game live. I don't know. I can't keep getting distracted picking up cards. Now, once again, what button brings up the map? Nope, that... Is there not a map I can look at? Maybe there isn't. So yeah, on Thunder Ryu, we're not going to be going back there because there's nothing for us to gain. But that doesn't mean we won't be seeing him again. Don't worry about that. Ow. Don't worry, crashing does absolutely nothing. You just run back over, you pick it up, and you're good to go. I also don't even remember if that bridge gets opened at some point. I remember basically everything about all the interesting parts of this game. It is just, man, this overworld. There's a reason to just complete, instead of trying to revamp it and make it interesting, they're just like, yeah, let's just get rid of it 100%. Are part-time jobs even open yet? Or they just expect... You know what? Maybe they only open up if I do an assassination mission. Because I think I go in here, I complete a mission, they're like, hey, I refer you to this other guy, and then you go do jobs?
Hello, Travis.
Except I guess not, because they're still all unlocked. You know what? We're here. Let's do... Oh, yep. And there's another nice little feature that the HD version of this game added. Yes, jump to the site. If you've completed a mission, you do not have to drive to the location where you can do it. You just go right there. That is nice. And it's not even like it just puts you outside. It just outright brings you to into the mission. I'm sure I'll get a better rank than bronze because I'm going to cut these guys down real quick.
3, 2, 1.
So with these missions, I do not have to kill everybody. I just have to take out the one target. Yeah, come on. Yeah, I want to kill this guy, alright? He was in my way. Yeah, don't do that. Who's our target? Which one? Oh, there he is. Now, the enemies don't respawn, so if you want to kill everybody, go right ahead. Who cares? Of course, the auto-targeting isn't bringing me right to that guy. Alright, I'll kill him. Ooh. There we go. That counterattack was perfectly timed. Just wipe out everybody. And I doubt we'll be seeing it because I'm not going to go for the super hard stuff. But another nice little feature that this version of the game added. Okay, nope, I still got a bronze. Is if you fail a mission, in the original version of the game, not only would you be kicked out of the mission, but it wouldn't respawn. You would, if it was an assassination mission, you would have to go back and redo it. There we go. There's the part-time job place. I guess I just wasn't looking in the right place. So you'd either have to go back to where you got the job in order to reapply for it, or if it was one of the missions you just find on the world, then you'd have to go do something else and come back. This version of the game, thankfully, just adds a retry option. Okay, there's 14 of them. Let's see. I still have like 8 more to do, so we'll do a couple of them now, like 2. So between the two ways to make money, assassination gigs and part-time jobs, jobs are generally more interesting because they're mini games, so you're doing something else that you don't do in the rest of the game. Except the thing is, the assassination jobs I find give better money.
3, 2, 1.
All right, so let's go collect some coconuts. We go over to a tree. We hit it to knock down the... There we go. And then, let's see, I can pick up a couple of them at a time. We'll go with the 2. Button to move a little faster. There we go. Give him 2 coconuts. Hey, come on. Okay, that one doesn't count, I guess. Neither does that one. Okay, I gotta find a tree that actually has coconuts in it. Okay. I guess it's just this line closer to the beach. Oh, damn it. I think I... Yeah, I didn't want to pick that up. Because you can carry like 4 coconuts at a time. You move slower the more you carry. But you bring them back and you get more money that way. And that's the key to getting a high score. Thing is, once you start picking them up, you can't punch more trees. So you want to at least be sure that they drop at least 1 coconut. They drop at least a couple coconuts. There you go. See, that's good. We pick up 3. I don't think the color difference matters. Maybe 3 is the most I can carry, because this is already pretty slow. Hey, I'll give the move credit. That giant button in the middle that I'm mashing right now is pretty comfy to mash. Okay, I guess I knocked everything out of that tree. Oh, there we go. This one has some. Ooh, 3. Excellent. Perfect. You know what? I'm starting to think that maybe some of the part-time jobs were like a redux of a certain mission, and I don't really need to do those. I'll check once we're done. Yeah, this may be the last one I get. There we go, 9 coconuts. Oh, hang on, this one had some. Good. This is the last chance I'm gonna get. That can happen too. I don't know if there's anything you can do to prevent that. Okay, I'm only gonna have enough time to bring 1 over. Get that. Come on. Okay, there we go. We got 10 coconuts. I got a silver before. Is that worth any more? It's just 20,000. Oh, I thought it was 3,000. All right, but we got a gold rank. So basically, that was an ideal run, and you should copy that. I know what I'm talking about. Brand new free fight mission, yeah. So now I go to a certain place on the map, and I can do a mission. So I don't want to... Yeah, there it is right there. In fact, I think there's multiple of them. That's what all these M's are. And of course, however, since we jumped to this spot, our ride isn't here. So we're going to have to call to get it back. Oh, we're right next to the part-time place. All right. Yeah, so if I select that, I can go back inside and just fight enemies. The thing is, it's actually pretty difficult to do. And I'm not sure how much of a payout you get. Thankfully, I don't have to worry about it. Okay, so let me just see. Were all the jobs different? Coconut, lawn mowing, signaling, gas station, sign spinning, garbage collection, mine sweeping, meow meow, graffiti, kitty race. Okay, yeah, there are. The new ones are new. But we'll do the other coconut one now. Let's go bust a coconut. Hey man, I'm back. Yeah, see, I'm pretty sure this one's new to this version of the game. So now is pretty much a good time to do it. We're actually not using our beam katana. We're actually just using a bat. Yeah, this is safe. Just bat a coconut towards this guy. And if we fail, it hits us in the... Ooh, you know what? We'll probably have to do that for the last one that they throw. There we go. Okay, accidentally. Give that man the $10,000. Man, just the latency that you feel with the motion controls doing a task like this. And that time I just swang entirely. And yeah, if you get a combo going, then they come faster. And that obviously allows you to get more in. Alright, I definitely still swung it. Yeah. See, some of these other side jobs have heart, but coconut to the groin has a coconut to the groin. I'm going to be disappointed with life forever at this point because I saw a great Photoshop online of someone made a Criterion cover collection for football in the groin, and I wish that existed so much. Like, you pay like $20, $30 for a Blu-ray for a 5-second Simpsons clip, and it's got a bunch of interviews on it with like real film people. Comes with like a book. That would be amazing. Nope. See, it's weird. You hit the X button to go forward, but you don't hit circle to go backwards. You hit the trigger button on the back of this thing. Ooh, look. Ah, texture loading. That is a trademark of the PS3 right there. And you cannot believe how much I love it. Thankfully, that giant flag that's flying there is where the motel is, and the ATM is right near that. So, it's a good landmark to get close. The sword icon there is Naomi. You go to her to buy new beam katanas or upgrade your current one. I don't need to do that. We come here and we can... What does... This is Beefhead Video. What does this do again? I think it's like you rent tapes and you get new wrestling moves. Did I do all? I may have done all of them already. Ooh. See, I don't want to call this foreshadowing, but ooh. Videos. Nope, I did them all. Yeah, so that's just a chance to get some more wrestling moves.
Come back again.
I'll always give myself credit. I was pretty thorough in my first playthrough of the game. Come on. Nope. Uh-oh. It got stuck. This happens. Like, I can't even back up. It is just stuck on the curb. Okay, so ATM was right over here. I don't know why it's not showing up on my map yet. Huh? It's right there. Did I pay it already? Maybe I did. That was like 10 minutes ago, and I already don't remember. Got distracted because my computer's fan is revving up. And even though that is 100% normal for a computer, it still kind of freaks me out because I don't usually hear it. It is only when I'm doing streaming or rendering a video. I don't even play games on my computer enough.
Has been said. Why? Because I cannot decide what to wear to the association's party tonight. Big shots from across the nation will be there. This is serious business. So serious that I'm going to spray perfume on every square inch of my body.
Yeah, whatever.
Right. Your next opponent. Head to the school.
To the school? And then what?
Just go. You'll know what I'm talking about, I think.
Alright, so our next opponent is at the school.
Life is more
That means that, considering we know we're going to be fighting a bunch of mooks, I'm sure that that's going to be totally okay.
Well, I guess not.
What a nice woman, that Sylvia. All right. And out we go. Oh, my car's still not here. Oh yeah, but it's still stuck. However, you can't call for it until it's at least off your map. I think. Okay, it doesn't have to be completely off the map, but you got to be a certain distance. Also, those two are clones. Travis, what the hell, man? Your car was literally around the block. It's thankfully a bit more difficult to crash your car than you would think. Like, I just ran through a row of palm trees. We're fine. And pro tip with your bike's nitro. Let go of it right before it runs out. That way it fills up faster. Ooh, hiccup. Went too far. Oh, man, I am just not paying attention here. Ooh, MMV, aye. MV. See, it doesn't work when the icons keep blocking out her name. Man, it's a good thing that the normal mooks in this area aren't school kids. Well, this would be awkward. Okay, no, I guess he wasn't dead yet. Well, he's dead now. I can't imagine what playing this game must be like if you live in Japan or Europe. Because then you don't get blood. That's like half the identity of this game. And I really hate you can't run during combat areas. Because it'd be nice if I could just run over here, but nah. Man, these guys are countering me. All the time. Or maybe I'm countering them. See, that sounds more impressive. Stop that. I'm just trying to kill your friend. Calm down. And I somehow managed to hit that guy at the same time. By the way, this really goes to show what just kind of a shithole. Santa Destroy. That's the name of the place. This just goes to show what kind of a shit show Santa Destroy is. There's a guy with a lightsaber running around school killing a bunch of people who I hope don't go to this school. You know what? That would actually be an amazing explanation if that was the explanation. These are all students, but they're the delinquent students that have been held back for like 10 years. So not only do we not have to feel guilty about killing them, but they're also not kids. You know what? That's my explanation. Considering the identity of, considering who the boss of this area is, it's not like they have lackeys. So you know what? I'm going with my theory. Look at that. Fire extinguisher. That's nice. But there is a reason it's here. Because these guys are wielding fire, and that's not just for show. They hit you with that. I don't know if it's guaranteed, but it can catch you on fire. So these are here just to make sure that that's not going to happen. Is the only thing through here another fire extinguisher? Yeah, alright. These are wide hallways. Like, I went to a pretty nice high school, but these are wide hallways. And if that just ain't the weirdest thing to compliment the school on. No spawn in? No. It looks like, seeing it's on the map, I'm sure that's the only thing that's through there. Honestly, I've only been set on fire like once in this game. Just because the way I play, like, I'm already hitting the guys, like, as they get close. There we go. Hey, alright. Ask and ye shall receive. So you get set on fire and you slowly start losing health. And your controller rumbles. You can only use each fire extinguisher once. But I think we're fine, because I think that's the end of it. Never mind. But yeah, just the distance before I start swinging means that I'm going to hit them before they hit me. And it's because I am so intimately familiar with this game, I know... oh, right, I'm supposed to swing that. I was mashing the button. I'm so intimately familiar with this game. Oh, man. Twice in one round. I was swinging the controller, by the way. It just wasn't responding. And these pizza slices are still enough to completely heal me. So this isn't exactly the most interesting level, but this is definitely a very memorable part of the game. This guy uses his torch not just to lock the doors, but to short-circuit our beam katana. So we can't attack for a little bit. Thankfully, they can't light us on fire either, though I imagine even if they could, the sprinkles would immediately put it out. So we just have to run through here like an idiot until we can turn these things off. Or not turn them off, just get out of there. Never mind. It is turn it off. And suddenly we're not being electrocuted anymore. So we can carefully not flip the breaker, I suppose. It wouldn't be a breaker anyway. I don't think sprinklers are electric. Or if they are, they're not controlled. Okay, hey. Look at this, guys. We have one opportunity to see the beam katana recharge animation. It is square. There we go. I didn't even have to do that. There was a battery thing right there, but that was the only chance we're ever going to have in the game to see it. And thankfully, these guys were stupid enough to put out their own fires, so now they switched over to pipes, and we don't have to worry about being lit on fire anymore. By the way, sometimes when you see the beam katana start like glowing with a bunch of extra electricity before I hit someone, if you swing the direction again before the attack hits, then it becomes more powerful and it can hit enemies in a wider radius. And also the sparkly effect kind of reminds me of Kylo Ren. Which is funny, because we're going to be seeing someone else later in this game with a crossguard beam katana. And I remember bringing that up when pictures of Kylo Ren's lightsaber were making the rounds before Force Awakens, and people were like, "Wow, that's really stupid." And I was like, no more heroes did it. So now we have to backtrack to get back to the doors that they closed off to us in the first place. Ooh, we had a good combo going there. I don't know why the sledgehammer guy is so resilient. Oh, dang, I was hoping like the collection prompt would pop up in the middle of that cutscene. Is this a minigame? Because usually... No, I guess it's just an enemy thing. Because you usually don't get cutscenes during the middle of a fight, middle of a level, unless they're introducing something. No, it's just a couple enemies. Nope, get away. Stop that. I'm just trying to kill you guys. Ooh, man, I got 3 of them at once. Maybe, I think 4, actually. Wow. They only do the slot machines up to 3. Nope, that is not all of them. I don't know where the hell these guys come from. Three of them at once again. Yeah, we do have to deal with certain enemies also wield beam katanas of their own. It's not like they're difficult to get. I think the backstory is Travis bought his on eBay. I think that's the canon backstory for the game. Yeah. Not doing that. There we go. I'm just trying to get that flash step. If you're fighting beam katana guys, that's generally the sign that you're at the end of the rush, because they're basically the strongest enemies the game can throw at you. Oh, now still enough to completely restore me to full health. Can I just say how weird it is that the health extensions only take up a fraction of the heart and they just keep layering it over and over? Instead of, you know, giving you a full second or third heart. Because you see it go through this huge chunk of colors But it's actually not taking off that much health. As you can tell by the fact that I still managed to get completely healed.
Hey, Travis. Your next ranked fight begins the moment you step into that room.
Yeah, no, I remember how this fight starts. That's technically not correct.
Lose, and an even deeper circle of hell awaits. Wipe away your tears, hit the can, pick the total of your teeth. When you're ready, step inside. I highly doubt you'll survive this fight, but hey, there's only one way to find
Okay,
out,
we're still
right?
not quite at the point where she gives you a percentage of how sure she is you'll die. Okay, there it is. 100% certain you're not returning from this battle. Oh, in a body bag. Okay, never mind. See, I can't tell if the subtitles are wrong because I can't hear the dialogue. That number is going to get progressively higher as the game goes on. And by the way, yes, before every fight, Sylvia always mentions trust your force and head for the Garden of Madness. Aside from trust your force obviously being a Star Wars reference. I was about to be an idiot and say Spider-Man, and I have no idea why. Aside from they both begin with S.
A rankings fight?
Yeah, how about it?
All right. Will you give me a minute?
Okay, oh come on, we're interrupting her from club, I guess.
Wait for me in the hallway.
Right.
And considering that she pulled out her... Okay, never mind. It's not an implication. She has blood on her clothes. Yeah, Shinobu just killed the other students in the class.
Stop checking me out like that.
I imagine it's like she needs to get rid of witnesses. But aside from the fact that she's carrying a sword everywhere, we just ran through the halls killing everybody and no one really cared, so it's not like witnesses would matter. Why did she need to kill those other people? Yeah, what do you mean, hide your true self? You're carrying a sword everywhere.
Real gentleman.
And I want to know what the hell this building is on school grounds.
You are fucking with me.
It's actually pretty hard to take
I can only assume it's like the old school building. Like that episode of Ghost Stories with the toilet ghost.
shall we?
So here we are, our next battle with Shinobu Jacobs.
You will pay with your life.
She's the first really difficult fight of the game. Like, she can really catch you off guard. Because she's surprisingly powerful. And also incredibly acrobatic. So she is going to avoid most of your attacks. And she can do that.
What the hell was that?
And she'll hide from you too. So that's fun. Oh yeah, okay, she does not appear on your radar. That would kind of mess up the illusion, I suppose. She can do that. Oof.
What's that in your hand? A toy?
Let me try and charge up a slash. There we go. So I want to ask an important question. As far as I remember, this game is published by Marvelous, right? In Japan, at least. So Marvelous has at least some connection to this series. If that's the case, then how come a high school-aged ninja girl? I'm not sure if she's technically a ninja, but I mean, her name is Shinobu, which I guess Demon Slayer teaches me is not a completely ninja name, but a high school-aged girl with a sword is basically my point. And they haven't put her as a cameo DLC character in Senran Kagura yet. Like, they've put in characters from series that they have no connection to. Like, yeah, see, she can get you pretty hard. Look, they put in characters from Dead or Alive, which is at least also about sexy ninja girls, so that's fair. What else? Ow. Oh, yeah. See, some of those attacks deal a lot of damage. See, I'm trying to activate the flash step, because that at least gives me the opportunity to deal a counterattack. She can still dodge them. She is very fast, like I said. And even when you think she's left you an opening, not quite. All right, let me see. Where's there some health in here? I'm in pretty bad condition. I don't think she teleports, at least. Yeah, she's still around where I left her. Let's see, where's the health pickup? They always give you at least one, not at least, always one health and one battery pickup during each fight. Health obviously being the more important one, because you can't recharge that if you get a spare moment. There's the health, good. It's not a full restore, but it gave me a lot, so that'll help. There we go. Oh. Okay, I somehow managed to counter something of hers. Oh, and of course I couldn't. I hit a pillar. The pillars are also a problem because they get in your way of dodging attacks. Yeah, she's going to dodge so much of your stuff that it doesn't matter that she doesn't have much health, if only a fraction of your attacks are ever hitting her. By the way, this is far from the only fight in the game that has improbable dodging ability. We're going to get some more, trust me. Oh, the invincibility frames are really annoying in a fight like this. Thankfully, she tends to leave herself open with taunting, so that's a good opportunity to get her, and some landing lag after attacks. Which, oh god. Which, is actually a character trait of hers, considering they would carry it over to 2. Oh, yeah. See, you see what I meant when I said that this is actually a pretty difficult fight? Like, she is keeping me on the ropes. You know, I do actually have to play a little more strategically. Come on, and... there we go. Okay, I at least hit her with a strong attack, so that's good. No, get away from me. Nope, don't hit me with anything that you have to charge up to do. Oh, yeah. Ugh. That might kill me. Oh, no, left me with 1 HP. I wonder if it's supposed to do that. No, back up. Oh, come on. She gets invincibility frames after it, too. Man. Alright, I died. I think yes, and I was trying to do that, trust me. Thankfully, I can just continue, so that's all good. I just have to redo the fight. Which is still a shame, considering that I almost won. Oh, never mind. She is on my map for some reason. She wasn't before, I don't think. Oh, dang it. Yeah, taking the time to charge attacks is maybe not your best idea. Oh, man. Okay, I suddenly managed to pull that off. I have no idea how I pulled off a really good combo like that. Come on, get up. Yeah, I get at least 1 attack while she's taunting. Use the pillars to your advantage, at least dodge the energy blows. Yeah, the amount of time you spend guarding after one of her attacks is enough that she can recover. There we go. I don't know if there's any trick to really exploiting her AI out. It really does come down to playing smart. And actually, you know, trying to dodge her attacks. Using charge attacks if you can get away with it. Hoping that she doesn't just dodge all your attacks even when you flash step. Okay, I guess it's depending on the attack you dodge. Determines how much you're allowed to punish it. Frankly, flash stepping in this game is not a very accurate mechanic. Just because it comes down to just flicking the analog stick in one direction and hoping that your timing is good. There's no dedicated dodge button, I guess. Oh yeah, I can dodge. I forgot about that. Despite the fact that it was the key to winning the previous fight, I just completely forgot about it. There we go, left you wide open there. Yeah. Oh, and... Ah, oh, dang it, missed my chance. Well, just about got her. My health is doing way better. There we are. Now, all I'm saying is, they put Neptune in Senran Kagura, alright? Shinobu would fit.
What are you waiting for? Finish me!
Finish you.
Don't look at me like that! Don't!
I think there's been some kind of misunderstanding. I never fought your father.
Liar! You killed him! Sliced him in two! You sick bastard!
So we don't really know for 100% certain who killed Shinobu's father. The game gives an implication,
Never kill him.
but it's never confirmed.
I watched Master Jacob's teachings on video over and over till the fucking tape wore out. We've never met in person.
Kill me. I admit it. I lost. Just do it!
How about kill yourself after you kill me? Sounds like a bit straight out of a samurai movie, don't it?
Shut up! Shut up and kill me already!
And there's another little quirk of Travis's that humanizes him a bit more. He not only prefers not to kill women, it's not a hard set rule, but he generally prefers not to. But he won't kill kids. It's not something that comes up very often just because fighting kids is not exactly something that the game wants to even entertain the thought of most of the time. But it pops up, you know, once in this game and once in the next. Okay, well, there it is.
Another victory, Travis. You are now ranked 8th.
You gonna kill her?
Probably not. She's still young. but I still have to follow the association's rules of conduct.
Then let her live.
Are we suddenly in love, Travis?
Hell no.
Then why take the risk of her coming back for revenge? In this business, there's no such thing as mercy.
And the game also just gets that right out of the way. Like, there is
All I want to do is
no... Travis has no romantic interest in Shinobu.
why not kill her when she's stronger? Yeah, then I'll kill her.
You are sick.
So are you.
And Travis's reasoning there, I don't know if he changed his mind later on or if he is just trying to save face and not look like a wimp, but that isn't so much his reasoning. It is mostly just pity. Like, he sees a kid in this line of work, thinks that, that you probably shouldn't be here, so I'll let you live to give you a chance to get out. And if you come back, then you know what you're doing. And Shinobu takes the lesson to heart. We'll see her again next game. MZs, yeah, sure. Looks like we got another one to fight. So which two boss are we fighting this time? Yes, I'm aware I'm live. It's been almost 2 hours. Nathan Copeland. This is the only fight that's really different from 2 to this game. Because Nathan's big gimmick in 2 was that he had a lot of environmental hazards. A lot. And to the best of my recollection, they're not represented here. I'm not even sure if any of them are. Man, see, I wish that if he was on the ground like that, I could at least stab him to deal good damage. Obviously, it's not going to be an instant kill. Now, see, the fun parts about this are, even though the fight itself is still basically exactly the same as it was in 2, the differences in the combat style mean that I play them differently. Like, when it comes to 1's combat, I'm hanging back a lot more. I was trying to charge my attacks. As you can see, he's got some henchmen outside. That's basically if I'm remembering correctly now, that's really how they handle the in-fight gimmicks. Instead of having, like, the plants that exploded, the machine gun turrets. Oh. Oop, I thought he had already fired them both. Instead of having all that stuff, at some point in the fight, the minions will start shooting at me, and I can't really do anything about it. So it's just like the fight in 2, where he just does a bunch of shit, and I can't do a damn thing to stop it. Best I can do is avoid it, which you kind of can't do with their bullets. It's almost like these fights, weren't built to be played in this style. Ooh. And now I'm suddenly getting good chances to stun him. Except, of course, he still has invincibility frames by the time I'm hitting him. There we go. Yeah, see, now that we've gotten him down to half health. And a chandelier falls. That happened in 2. I remember that one. Except his arena was a lot bigger in 2, so that was a lot easier to dodge. There we go. Try and wait a little bit longer to really get him. Oh, okay, yeah. Now that we've gotten him down to a quarter health, now these guys start shooting at us. Which would again be a lot more annoying if we didn't have to worry about, if we had to worry about battery by blocking them all. Also, we tend to be hanging out a lot in the middle of the arena, so I don't think they're getting too much of a chance to hit us. In fact, I am right out in the open and they're still not shooting me. Okay, we've just about... Okay, there we are. I actually had to block some shots there. Except I wasn't looking at it, so I was just like, why can't I move? Ooh, there we go. Now, of course, the problem being, I just have to hit him once. But I have to wait until he doesn't have invincibility frame so I can do it. There we are. And that was Nathan Copeland. Oh yeah, and since I don't have the sound on, I didn't get to hear his beautiful "Bless you! Give me more!" Alright, back to the motel. Oh yeah, I also didn't bring that up. We live in a motel, by the way. It's not worth getting real weird about. It's just kind of a strange thing. I don't even know what the hell that body pillow is. Alright. And even by the time this game came out, renting porn was a weird thing. And this game came out 13 years ago. In case you needed to know that. And it does not destroy you inside knowing that. Remember back in 2008 when people were saying, like, yeah, the Wii sucks. There's like 2 good games on it from third parties. And it was Zack and Wiki and No More Heroes. And nowadays no one remembers Zack and Wiki. And there's plenty of good third party games on the Wii. Okay, so once again, we can head straight to the next ranking battle, but we'll take the opportunity to do a little bit of side work. This time we'll leave the ATM there just because having the extra marker will help us with navigation coming back. Okay, I guess I couldn't just run over that. We'll just head in. Now, I know I said that we weren't going to be doing assassination missions, but that was a little bit of a lie. There's 3 that are worth doing with 2B here. The Pizza Butt. We won't worry about most of these. There we go. Pizza Butt returns. There's a specific reason why I'm hunting out the Pizza Butt missions. It'll make sense eventually. And we're in the same location. Okay, and once again, it doesn't... We technically do not have to kill everybody. We just have to go for the one guy. We also don't get dark side during the slot machine and dark side during these missions, because getting the right one would just break these missions in two. No, this guy over here, please. Come on, stop it. There you go. Look how many of them you can just take out all at once. And that guy's just running in place. Alright, that was pretty fast. You got more kills. It was still only a bronze rank. Damn. Okay. Now, what jobs are coming up next? I honestly don't remember what jobs are coming up next. See, next is... Ooh, lawn mowing. Nice jump, yes please. $300 for each acre cut. And by acre, they mean a dozen stalks of grass. I suppose theoretically you can say that the size of the lawn is not representative of actual size. Like, it's supposed to be a way bigger lawn, and that's why you're getting paid so much. Like, what they call an acre is actually supposed to be an acre. But we don't technically know. All right.
2, 1.
Yeah. There we go. Hold on. Yeah, just have to get out. There we go. Oh, man. See, actually trying to control this thing is really difficult. Yeah, you can do that to try and help turn, but it doesn't work super well. And in terms of normal turning, what you're doing is you're tilting the controller left and right. So we've been here for less than a minute, and we've already cut 50 acres of grass. See, there is supposed to be a certain way to control this properly, but I can never get turning right. Because it never feels like, even though I was tilting the controller to the left and holding the analog stick to the left, he still turned to the right. And I'm not entirely sure how to control which way he turns. Like, that doesn't help me. Can back up, at least. Oh, and backing up, you're still mowing. I'm not sure that's safe. And I believe in total there's 100 acres of grass. There we go. That one was going to bother me for a while. No, maybe 110. Hold on, can I do it? I think I'm just barely gonna miss it. Yeah. Darn it. Yeah. Alright. Honestly, considering how difficult that thing is to do, I did a pretty decent job. And it was still enough to get me a gold rank. Oh boy, and that unlocked another free fight mission. Which way is it back to the job place? Like, should I be running? Let's not. Sadly, you can't skip the cutscene where you get your bike back.
Friends, but shit like this won't fly.
And we just have to assume Bishop walks back to work. See, now I actually have to try and navigate this place, and that's just never fun. Maybe it's somewhere this way. Yeah, because it's, I mean, it's close to the beach. There it is. You gotta use basic landmarks. See, while I appreciate the ability to jump to the job sites, that does save me time, I do wish that this game also just at least offered the option to just say, hey, I don't want to do any of this. Just bring me to the next place, please. Like maybe make it so there are certain things you can't access. Alright, signal ships. I think I hit buttons in this one, which is going to be a little difficult because I need to remember where each button is. I think I've mostly got it. And be careful not to get hit by missiles, because there are pirates on the coast that we have to worry about. Okay, no, it's motion controls, which I was doing it. All right. What the? Oh. Huh? Okay. You don't swing the navigation controller. You use the analog stick on the left one and the motion controls on the right. Because, you know, that makes sense. That's normal. See, if it was just swing them both in a direction, like, I can do that. Except for there, apparently. Because, again, I'm swinging, man. Okay, I always need to complete the mission, right? Now that I know how to do it, it's like one of the directions it just isn't registering. You know, that kind of thing would be really nice for the directions to tell me. As someone who's played the Wii version of both games, where they do actually expect you to use motion controls on both sides, you know, telling me that that's not actually what I'm supposed to do here would be helpful. So you have to wonder if the reason it's not registering some of these is that the camera isn't seeing them properly. I don't know. Oh man, I only got one more chance. Come on, I just have to survive the next couple. One more. Alright. We at least finished. I can't imagine that's better than a bronze. Yep. Alright then, so there we go. Oh, and I guess we left our bike here. So we've done our allocation of work. Let's head back home. I thought that was a tank for a second in the other lane. In a place like Santa Destroy, it would not surprise me. There it is. And just shove all of that in the ATM. Fat wad of cash. I think when you start a new mission, the bike resets into the parking lot. So at this point, just run back. It's not worth trying to navigate your bike in here. Hey. I miss. No. No, I'm pretty sure I'm remembering who it is. Okay, see, because that looked more like the location and the explosions made it feel more like that's the rank 6 assassin we're going after. But no, we're still on 7. And I'm pretty sure I'm correctly remembering who 7 is. Oh, and a letter. See, it's that weird shininess to the models that looks weird. Dangerous dude. See, considering who the next boss is, I have to wonder who that letter came from. Okay, no, never mind, I'm wrong. That did not reset my bike's position. Thankfully, I at least left it close. And more clones. That looked normal, just circling around that. Yeah, see, it's amazing how much you end up driving the same route, and you never find anything interesting on it. See, in that way, it's a metaphor for real life. There we go, rank 7. Also, surrounded by 2 free fights. Alright, let's go fight Destroy Man. See, and there's actually a little bit of this mission before you get to the fight. So there. Pick up a cart. Hey, come on. See, it's annoying because when you have your beam katana out, you hit the B button in order to activate in order to punch. But when you don't, it's the A button. And I'm putting emphasis on those words because, listen, I'm not talking about what they're called on the move. I'm saying Wii terminology. Oh, right, I can exhaust myself by running too much. Honestly, your stamina drains so little. I forgot. Yeah, so we were talking before about how wide the hallways in the school are. Well, don't worry, we've got narrow hallways to go around. Though, honestly, it's still a pretty wide subway. You know, we don't have to go to the front car. We can just sit in the back where there's no one else and wait until we reach our destination. And you have to wait until the enemy completely disappears before you're actually able to move forward. I've got an itch on my stomach. Come on, open the door. Do not lean on doors. Am I allowed to just run into them? Stop that. It is admittedly kind of weird to see the blood fade away so quickly. Because again, I just played Ninja Gaiden, and the blood stays there for a really long time in that game. That was an original Xbox game. I understand it had a bigger budget and a more talented development team than this, but still. So anyway, the difference between high and low attacks. Since you can switch between the two of them on the fly, and there's the little icon over there. High attacks are fast but weak, low attacks are slow but strong. On a related note, isn't it? Unrelated, I suppose, or somewhat related. It's kind of interesting that the word but allows you to put either side of the comparison on either side. You can put the positive first, or you can put the negative first. Either way, it works fine. And that's the English language, ladies and gentlemen. Can you tell that I do a lot of writing outside of my YouTube stuff? And just your reminder, aside from that one video I did 2.5 years ago, closing in on 3, huh? You guys don't need to know about anything I write. That video gave you a basic idea of what I do, and that's enough, I think. Oh man, why isn't there just a reset camera option? I assume that if it's not here, it wasn't there in the Wii version. No, I was trying to get that treasure chest. Oh, alright, I got a trophy. And I guess that confirms that the cards I'm collecting are new. Because it was enough to get me a trophy. Alright, to the film studio. See, they think they're trying to ambush me, but I have an icon on my map. And ooh, this room. There's an assassination mission that takes place in this room, where 100 enemies spawn in and you have to kill them all. If you do that, then you get a pretty good payout. I have done that mission so many times, because it's a pretty good way to grind. Thankfully, this version of the game includes a later assassination mission that's the same idea, but I don't remember if it's more enemies or they're also stronger enemies. Something like that, but that one's an even better payout. So if you're playing the HD version, do that mission to grind for money. Though, of course, you may not have to grind for money. Because if you're not an idiot and you don't think that you have to buy every single beam katana upgrade, you can probably get by just by doing every side job and assassination gig once. What kind of an idiot would you have to be to think that you have to get everything, including the super expensive thing, just to get the true ending? So now that's something else I'm a little curious about. When I'm dodging forward, it ends in a slash. Was that the way it was in the original game? Because in 2, that was a move that you had to unlock. So, It's been a couple years since I played this version of the game. It's been even longer since I played the Wii version. Which again, one would think would mean, hey, maybe I should do the Wii version for this live stream series. But no, like I said before, I need to make the money I spent on this version of the game and a move and all the things I needed to get my move to work. I need to make it all feel like it was worth it. Not that. Stop shooting me. And of course, the guys with the guns always hang back, and the auto targeting makes me go for the melee guys first, even though they are lesser threats. Like, even though I know that I should be targeting the gun guy, he somehow managed to survive to be the last person alive. At least until I get upstairs, of course. Fight a guy with a stop sign. Like, the rest of these guys have brass knuckles, swords, guns. One guy just got a stop sign. Like, that's really gotta suck if your boss is handing out weapons to everybody and you get a stop sign. Oh, someone's still alive, I guess. Yeah, I guess he spawned back on the first floor. I guess he was on the stairs, so maybe I just completely missed him. He didn't feel like coming back downstairs to face me with everyone else. Or upstairs. Oh, never mind. There's a bunch of guys respawned. Alright. There we go. Now, is that the last of them? Yes. And as you can see, the save point's right out here, but there's still more people to fight. Okay. So since the cards swap out on each playthrough, and it's always new, technically you don't have to do any exploring to get all the cards. You just keep playing the game and eventually you'll have them all. Ow. Now, we were seeing it when we were walking into this room, but man, the V-Sync in this game, ooh. Oh, god damn it. See, that does not feel like something that should be allowed to miss, right? But yeah, he was on the other side of the pole, so it missed. There we go. It's at least a good way to kill him quick. Okay. Oh yeah, we're on a movie set. I don't know how I already forgot that, you know? I basically always prefer using high attacks. The speed helps out a lot. Oh, dang it. I was hoping to get a good stab in. Yeah, the particularly hardy enemies, even that finishing strike that you would normally get isn't enough to kill them. Oh, it's more guys respawn down here. Okay, it's just one beam katana guy though. Oh, although he... Oh, never mind, it's two. Oh, and the other guy has a gun. So he interrupted my charge slash. Use that flash step to get him out of the way. Luckily, the good thing... Okay, this guy is surprisingly hardy for a gun mook. But once you start hitting them, they're basically going to be helpless. Now, is anyone going to respawn on the top? I suppose so. Oh, never mind. Phone call. Yeah, I'm aware. I'm already here.
And you'll be seventh. Lose, and you're dropping down to an even deeper circle of hell. So, how are you feeling, Travis? Your head feeling better? Relieved yourself safely? Maintaining proper oral hygiene?
So now I have to wonder, does the navigation controller even have motion controls?
Some people say it's important to know when to give up.
Because I feel like there's not many buttons on here, so I feel like if it didn't, it'd be heavy. It'd be lighter than this. Because they both weigh close to the same.
Defeat before the first punch has even been thrown.
In which case, if this thing doesn't have motion controls, then why the hell did the minigame make me use the analog stick?
And you call yourself an assassin. This is why third rates like you are hopeless. I am 120.
120.
You are going to die. All you can do is trust your force.
I love the fact they also always capitalize trust your force. Yeah, they know what they're doing. They ain't afraid. And by the way, the fact that Sylvia mentions the Garden of Madness every single time, it's such an iconic line in this game. Since it comes up before every single fight, that I actually use it as a chapter name for the RPG I'm making. The third chapter is named The Garden of Madness.
I thought I wouldn't make it here on time.
Oh, the postman.
Customers that fucking complaints. My apologies. So much to do with so little help. I can't stand
What? Oh, damn it. What's the guy's name?
with all their nonsense complaints. They think they can just say anything. It's crazy.
It's on the tip of my tongue.
I made it on time.
The voice actor for Destroy Man.
I take it you're Mr. 8?
You? You're ranked?
Not me. Well, actually, it's me.
Oh, that makes
You've got a job to do. First, I need
No, I can't remember it.
would you mind turning the other way? I need some privacy.
The voice actor for Destroy Man, if he sounds familiar, he also voiced Ocelot in Metal Gear Solid 3, Spider-Man in Spectacular Spider-Man,
You could look the other way for a second.
and he did some Spider-Man memes.
It's just a split second. I don't think it's too much to ask, do you?
Then we can get on with our fight?
That is correct.
All right.
Yep. That was a quick change job.
Whoa! That was close. For a second there, I forgot that you were a killer.
Sorry if I scared you. I didn't mean to do that. Something's wrong with you today.
I let my guard down. Getting sloppy. I gotta stay on my toes.
You mind if I ask you something?
Yeah,
Travis says, gotta
let's play.
stay on my toes. And immediately
Each other anyway.
starts letting his guard down.
It's absolutely meaningless.
It's about determining who's better.
Travis may not be the smartest person.
Argue with that. Well then, let's get started.
What? You want to shake hands?
We're both fighters, aren't we? Not killers, at least for now. This is a sign of sportsmanship, that we respect each other before and after the fight. Good luck.
Likewise.
And by the way, it's not just Destroy Man saying the attacks of his names because that's a trope, calling your attack names. That device on his belt actually responds to voice commands to activate the attacks. So he does have to say them.
Is this a joke? You fell for the oldest trick in the book. Oh man, you are something. Oh, this is the best. Man, you really cracked me up. I think this happen's gonna kill
And Destroy Man's also kind of a weird character because at this point it's pretty clear like he's supposed to be played for comedy. He's in this ridiculous costume. He's basically playing pranks on Travis. But the way they're presenting him before he got changed into the costume, and even some of his mannerisms at this point, like he is supposed to be this very demented character. just one that has eye beams. And a penis laser.
That was quite a move. I'll admit you got potential.
I'm fine though, don't worry. If it's a cutscene, Travis can take anything.
Yeah, sure. Bring it on. I love a challenge. You're as good as dead.
God, the name is gonna bother me. He's thankfully a good deal easier than Shinobu, just because even without sound, his attacks are all super easy to see coming. So you always know what he's going to do. You can always get out of the way in time. Unless the camera fucks up like that. He ends up staying with his attacks for a pretty good amount of time. So it's very easy to just hang back, avoid his attacks, and then close in to deal damage. He does not dodge very much. His only particular gimmick is this. The sirens go off, the winches activate, and things start flying around. And he starts firing Hadokens. However, as the cutscene just demonstrated there, destroy these things and everything else stops flying. Oh, there we go. I got the right one first. Okay, I was dodging that. I think I was dodging forward though, so you know what? I'll accept that. That was not the direction I was swinging, but so long as I dodge, I guess it doesn't matter. Yes, now he starts doing Hadokens. Which for some reason he has invincibility frames doing. And some of the wrestling moves have 2 steps, others have 1. I don't think it really makes a difference, because it's not like you get to choose which one you do. It's always the same move on every character. And by that, I mean, like, no matter what wrestling move I use on Destroy Man, it's always going to be the German suplex. With every boss, it is always this one particular one. Honestly, I'm surprised how well I'm doing with the dodging. It's not perfect, but I'm getting along alright. That actually surprises me. Because, you know, considering it's motion-controlled dodging, it should be a lot worse. Oh, there we go. Yes, he can use the penis laser during the fight. Any respect to any boss that uses a penis laser. And I am going to keep calling it that. I think for this attack, your best bet is to just run. Except I kind of got cornered there. Yeah, it's actually not a good idea to dodge the penis laser. It's called Destroy Cannon, or Destroy Buster. Yeah, just run around it. And hope that the stuff that's in the arena doesn't get in the way. He opens himself up for some good punishment once it's over. There we are. Watch this cutscene in the Japanese version of the game. It just looks weird because there's no blood. In the Japanese version, when you cut enemies apart, they just disappear into smoke. But that smoke doesn't carry over into cutscenes. So, like, during this scene, Travis has his beam katana through him, and there's just nothing. It just looks weird. Especially considering I'm so used to the English version. Yeah, he also has nipple machine guns. It's a shame he didn't show that off during the fight. Too bad he's a wide guy. And that just looks weird. Don't worry. He's fine. He'll come back. See, at this point, I'm getting enough money from each fight to be self-sufficient without having to do any extra stuff. Is that over in the corner? Oh, yeah, Sylvia shows up on my map even though I can't do anything.
Travis, I'm starting to think that you may be for real. You are now 7th in rank.
I wish that those two guys that always come in to clean up the mess had names.
No need to pretty up.
That'd just be fun.
You to see me for who I really am.
Serious? Damn.
Alright, so rank 7. We're moving our way up the ranks. Now we got 24 minutes left, 23. That's not enough time for us to start another mission. So theoretically I could end the stream here. But honestly, since I want to get through a lot of those extra missions, we'll just do as many of them as we can within this time frame. Oh, and also we're probably going to have an extra fight. Nope. Now I got to remember to save my game once the session's over. Ooh, alright, showed up. Title is. Ooh, part 3. Alright, he's following the series. Look at that aliasing crawl as the camera pans. Yeah, so we're depositing money and transferring it into an account. This game is very unrealistic. The bank would be on your ass if you were transferring huge sums of money into this one account. Alright, so let's head on out. Yeah, we got enough money. But now we're not going to deal with that right now. Right now, we got an assassination job to do. Ugh, man. It's even crashing into another car doesn't trigger an actual crash.
Hello, Travis.
You know, if I'm remembering correctly. Pizza Bot returns now. Deathmatch 100. That is the one that I did for, that I would grind over and over. Pizza Bot the finale. Alright, that's the last one. They added in Crowd Train Carnage battle. I'm amazed I even finished that one, huh? Without taking a single fight. Single hit. I'm trying to see what the other one I did was. That would have, okay, so that one gives you 90,000. That one only gives you 80. Alright, I don't know exactly what I would do. Alright, well, let's do Pizza Butt the finale. Warp, yes.
May you find your uppercut?
And away we go. Once again, the same parking garage, except now everyone has beam katanas. So in this mission, it is actually pretty well advised that you just go for your target, because otherwise you're going to be dealing with these guys forever.
3, 2, 1, 0.
Except he also has a beam katana, so that's a problem. Okay, they're pretty weak beam katana wielders, though. Get him in a huge crowd like that. Yeah. Oh, come on, I want to just try and get a bunch of you all at once. With the one good swing. There you go, like that. At least help out the frame rate. And there we are. And the rest of the guys groove in place. Well, $75,000, and that's still only a bronze rank. Alright, let's take on a couple more jobs. Let's see, what comes next? For a garbage collection, alright. I like the fact that you have the ability to say no to jumping there. Like, what the hell kind of a reason would I have to say no? It's legitimately just easier to do it. And whenever you're doing a job, it's always the god of something, by the way. No bikes to pollute the air are allowed. Which is fine, because there's no point in using a bike, because you're never going to be going very far anyway. There's enough trash nearby that you'll be fine. So you just walk over to a trash, you pick it up. And that's the mission. We're just going to be doing this for a nice solid 3 minutes. Don't worry, there's plenty to pick up. This is a filthy city. Basically just follow a trail. I'm somewhat curious how far they bother to spawn garbage out for this mission. Ooh, man, I kicked that can real far. And you get these areas with just a bunch of trash all in one place. Like, goddamn this place. To be fair, I have not seen a trash can. I swear with some of these, it's taking me like 2 swings before it actually registers. Maybe I was just getting the timing wrong, because now I'm doing good. Wasn't this the area I just cleaned up a second ago? And don't worry about trying to pick up all the garbage. You can't. I think it might keep spawning in. Come on. Alright, well, there's trash over here. Can't really see where I'm going. It all just comes down to picking up as much as you possibly can. And I swear he's like sliding into position in some of these. Sliding into your DMs.
Easy.
Having the running here helps. Just because it means you can get from one location to the next quickly.
Easy.
And we've exceeded 50 pieces of trash. And yeah. 56 looking like it's going to be it. Maybe I can get a 57. Alright, last second. The last second 57, that's what we call the strat. $57,000. And that's a gold rank. I'm very good at this mission. I'll brag about that. And don't worry. In case you were worried that the place is dirty, we finished the mission, so it's totally clean now. Alright, I think we got time to do one more before I'm willing to call it a night, because I'm already tired. I think I only have the patience to do one more. Let's see here, close to the beach. Just take a shortcut through their property. It's all good. By the way, you can do this. Woo! There's not really much of a reason to do it, but you can. Alright, what job is next?
Why you come here?
When I was playing this game for the first time, I always thought like, oh, if I were to do enough jobs and get good enough ranks, I would proceed beyond 3rd class. Nah. Just doesn't happen. And I think my microphone might be up a little bit loud. Which I suppose means I can sit back and, yeah. I'm sitting back in my chair and I'm still getting it high enough that it's peaking too much. Okay. Man, I can really sit back. This is a lot more comfortable. Alright, so let's spin a sign. Because, shake the motion control. Got it. This is normally a thing that you have like a generator do and a motor. Yeah. There we go. Oh, I just gotta jerk off for a minute. I can do that. Yeah. I really wish that you guys could see what the PlayStation camera is seeing right now. And don't go too much. You want to stick around this point. And look how many customers we're getting. It takes half a minute for any of them to start showing up, but it's fine. Because having the giant burger on the top of the building isn't enough to attract customers. It has to be spinning for them to notice it. What does this mission look like if you're using the controller? Is it just mashing a button? Alright, 14 customers. How's that? So you only make 21,000 out of that. That's a silver rank. You got to get started real quick. And probably have to be playing on a controller so that you build it up faster. Instead of having to deal with these good old wonky controls. Okay, we got time for one more job. Let's do it. Because I think the next job is a good one. And I just want to point out this sign. Ride a subway at the nearest station. They don't tell you anything about what line to take. They don't tell you what stop to get off on. It's just, hey, get on a subway, and that'll get you there. This isn't LA Noire. You can't crash into the gas station to just blow up and die. I believe, however, that you can just drive right off the edge and crash into the water. Oh man, this thing comes to a stop immediately.
Why you come here? Wait a minute.
Okay, so no, next one is the gas station. All right. Speaking of the gas station, thankfully this one I believe is just buttons. Fill up the cars, but don't fill them up too much or they'll literally blow up and you'll catch on fire. Now what's my sign as to how much I have to fill them up again? Okay. Yep, there we are. Looks good. What, did that not count? Oh, I guess I have to fill it up more than that. Alright. I was like right on the line though, come on. But if you fill up the tank too much, then that is catching on fire. Because God forbid you fill up a tank at a gas station, and sometimes they are that close to the top, and that happens. So you can go well above how much they need, but don't you dare fill that tank up. And I swear, it fills up for a little bit even after you let go of the button. So you have to be wary of that. But even then, it only feels like sometimes. So let's see if I can get this one. Nope. If it's that close to the top, I'm basically guaranteed to fail. Because I just can't let go of it. See, the T button on this is very squishy and it has a lot of travel distance. So letting go of it properly is kind of difficult. Oh, that one was good. Man, this mission goes on for a while. See, this isn't even the sort of thing that you expect to see, because I live in a self-pump state. And apparently some people think very strongly about that sort of thing. Like, I think it was New Jersey that within like the last 2 years became a self-pump state. And there were some people that were just pissed about that. Like, what do you mean I have to get out and pump my own gas? It's like, yeah, plenty of other people do it. It's not hard. Oh man, look at this muscle car with the gigantic engine. And the same car came back around. See, these things probably aren't very fuel efficient. He probably already burned all that gas. There we go. Now I'm getting into a groove. And watch this one be right at the line. Oh, yeah? It's pretty bad. Oh, there we go. Yeah. Alright. How many can I get? Ooh, this one's gonna be close. Damn it. Okay, well, maybe I can just get this one. Nope. Okay. Where'd the car go? Just vanished. And I'm still holding the nozzle out, so I'm probably just pouring gas on the ground. Ooh, I got a gold medal this time. Hey, alright. I only caught on fire 3 times. Oh god, the building spawned in. Okay, I don't feel like calling, so we'll just run back. Ooh, what's playing? Maximum Retribution 2. Alright. Anything else? Nope. Literally just Maximum Retribution 2. So that's going to do it for this week on No More Heroes. Come back next week for more No More Heroes. Well, we're going to be taking on the next couple assassins. Oh, god damn it. I hit the wrong button. You know what, sure, I'll drive it into the parking lot so it's there next week. Which, of course, made running all the way over here pointless. But again, that's also probably for the best, because then my bike would have been really far away when I just came back next week. And that'd suck. Alright, now can I park? Yeah. Careful. Alright. I'd say that's a pretty reasonable parking job. Head back in, get our cutscene. Alright, oh, we got our anime beach episode next time. I hope you guys will tune in to see that. That's the kind of thing you don't just get anywhere. It's not like that kind of thing shows up in every single anime. Yes, save my game, finally. Data, yes. Alright. Alright, guys. See you, not this time, but at 7 next week to continue on our assassination journey. See you then.